turnovers and fouls. And that's the game in a nutshell. They shot 20 free throws in the second half. I think Ariel shot ours. Close game like that, when another team gets 26 points off your turnovers, and we only had one turnover in the first quarter, so 20 from then on is a really bad stat.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, what changed about midway through that second quarter? Because ball was moving so well offensively early.
I thought we started walking it up a little bit. I thought that that happened when Gumbawale got a little bit hot and we were taken out of the net and we didn't keep our pace. We just walked into our thing and let them set their defense. We didn't play to both sides of the court. We play better when we play side to side and reverse the ball. And, you know, we just threw passes right to them. It's just, you know, we were equal opportunity in doing it too. So, I mean, everybody took their turn.
Was Enrique, is that just the incredible player getting hot, or
A little bit of both. I mean, I think, you know, she got herself going. She had missed her first few shots when she got a transition layup, I think, off of one of our turnovers, and that kind of got her started. And then she made a long three because we lost her one time. And then that, you know, player like that, she says, okay, I'm starting to feel it now. And, you know, she made some tough shots with a hand in her face, but, you know, she makes big shots. And we could have withstood that if we didn't, you know, you can have a player like that have a game, but we did, I think, a poor job of some of the other people. I mean, we let all five starters have double figures, and you can't do that. And, you know, we left people sometimes that we shouldn't leave. Our part of our game plan and ended up being they were better at it than us. I mean, they got us to overhelp and kicks out to shooters. And, you know, I thought that hurt us a little bit.
Coach, what do you think about Alysha's play tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we got off to a good start. She got off to a good start. I mean, you're talking about somebody that, you know, played 19 minutes and has 9 points and 4 rebounds. I mean, that's a great start.
Mix and match the lineups quite a bit. It looked like. What did you learn or not learn as you were doing that?
I learned that I can't wait for everybody to be here so we don't have to look down the bench and see, you know, after an ejection and after, you know, AC's minute limit was up that, you know, we got basically 7 players. And so it'll be nice when we get everybody here. We'll have to figure out kind of minute distribution, but we'll have some depth. You know, this was a game, you know, that kind of Natasha excels in. Her defensive length would really help in a game like this. You know, and it's just, I mean, I can't say much more until I watch the film, but I mean, that's just one of those games. If you turn the ball over and you foul, you're in trouble.
All right, Joe, go right ahead.
Any questions for Coach on Zoom? All right, Coach, looks like you were all set. Thanks for your time.
Just came in and lamented all the turnovers. Is that self-inflicted wounds, or was there something that Dallas was doing to maybe kind of force it a little bit?
I mean, you got to give Dallas credit. They've got athleticism, they've got length. So if you know you can't handle the pressure and you start turning it over, you can't allow them to get out and transition the way we did. Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers, too many fouls, just ugly, you know. Proud of the fight we showed and not just kind of thrown in the towel when nothing seemed to be going our way. But yeah, you can't win games in this league turning the ball over like that.
When somebody like Enrique kind of gets on that roll like she did in that second quarter, and it kind of throws everything kind of out of whack, how tough is it to kind of get back into, you know, because you guys had an early roll going there where you guys were moving the ball well on offense and things like that, but everything kind of seemed to get discombobulated after that.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great player and she's going to have stretches of scoring like that. She's just a phenomenal offensive player. But we can't allow that to then trickle down and affect everything else. You know, we can't have that turn into turnovers and turn into missed box outs and all that. So I think, I mean, you got to be prepared for Enrique to have moments like that. You know, if you're in this game, you just know she's capable. But when that starts trickling into everything else, that's when you get into trouble.
What did you see from Alysha in this game, and how did it feel like you two kind of playing together?
I love having her out there. She just changes the defensive intensity. She knows what we need offensively. Even she knows what to say at certain points of the game, like, hey, we just had 3 awful possessions. We got to get a good look this next one down. So to have a vet like her with the knowledge she has, and then her ability to, you know, defend so great and then also score the ball, it's massive. So it's great to have her back.
And, you know, kind of on that same note, how does it feel for you? Just, you know, you two were both out last year together, and now you're both back. Is that, you know, a nice feeling to not only you be back, but for both of you to kind of be on the other side of this?
Yeah, it feels incredible. I know all the work she's put in and all the days we've been in here together. So to see her out there is super special. And it's also a testament to our organization, you know, being able to help find us what we need in order to get our health back. So it's huge.
Elena, the first one for you, this is your 3rd game. Just how are you feeling, and what did you like from yourself tonight?
I feel good. You know, still trying to get into a flow and make different reads, but I feel really good. I liked our first half. I didn't like our second so much. I didn't like part of our second quarter as well. But, you know, we're learning. We still don't even have our full team. We're missing our starting point guard. We don't have Elizabeth at this point. So I think there's moments that you got to learn from, certainly, and we're playing them again very soon. So we got to clean a lot out, but still, you know, happy with our fight and the way our team, you know, grit's things out.
Or what was your overall message to them?
Just, you got to love this league, because on Tuesday we got them again. So you kind of have to have a quick turnaround. A lot of things that we need to clean up, and we get a couple practices to do so. You know, they're headed to New York, so they've got a tough schedule, but heal your bodies up and get ready for practice, because we got to lock in.
Elena, Vicky over in the other room was just saying how good it was to see you out there and see you healthy again. So what have you been getting comments like that from opposing players and coaches and people reaching out when you come
Yeah,
into town?
yeah, I have been getting like a lot of support, which certainly means a lot, you know, to feel like you've been missed even by opponents. So yeah, it's always touching when they reach out and say they're happy to have me back.
Elena, you mentioned Tosh. Just how difficult has that been for the team? Not in like a making excuses way, but just how difficult is it to have your starting point guard live tweeting the game instead of playing in it the past couple?
Sucks. I hate playing without her. Yeah, it's tough. You see it. You see it in our lulls. You see it in our lack of control sometimes, and our lack of getting into things. You also see it on the defensive end. Tosh affects the game so much, and her energy is missed. So Tosh, stop tweeting, get healthy, come back.
Sandra?
Any questions for Elena on Zoom? All right, Elena, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's do this.
Hey,
Hey.
how do you feel, first of all?
Sorry, I was talking to kids about on the way in here. I feel good. I'm a little sore right now, but I feel pretty good. Overall, I feel really good.
Were you able to move like usual when thinking about, I know I asked you the other day if you were thinking about the foot, were you able to kind of ignore it?
Yeah, no, I didn't think about my foot at all. I definitely feel a little bit slower than I normally am used to feeling, but I was proud of myself the way that I was able to get out there, and you know, I didn't feel too gassed, which was, you know, a big deal for me. And I, you know, just trying to find my rhythm again, but I felt good.
Just one last one. I know you said you were thinking, you were hoping there weren't going to be any nerves, but were there the nerves there? Did you cry a little bit like you were worried about?
I almost cried. So before like the game, during the national anthem, I always pray. That's my time to pray. And during that time, like at the end of it, I just was like, nope, we're not doing it. We're here, like, suck it up. But it was pretty cool to be back out there. Yeah.
Did you get any sleep last night? I know you were wondering yesterday.
I actually did. It was more so my pregame nap that like, so I slept really hard for a power nap, like 30 minutes of it. And I usually give myself an hour 15. And I popped up thinking I was late because I was sleeping so hard. And I looked and I was like, oh, you slept 45 minutes. And then it was a wrap. Like I couldn't sleep after that because I just was like, you're about to play a basketball game. You're about to play.
How did it feel, just going through warmups? Did you feel like you knew what you were doing after your trial run? And how is it, getting introduced?
Yeah, today I felt better during the warm up. I actually knew what to do, which was nice. Yeah, I felt good in warmups. I felt, bouncy. I felt that part of it. I felt like my old self. And it was, just a good feeling to finally be out there with my teammates and just be warming up for a basketball game.
Part of your game felt less rusty, your offense, your defense now?
Less rusty, probably my defense. I mean, offense, it's timing and stuff, but probably my defense felt less rusty today, which is good.
Yeah, Alysha, so I know you've been counting, so 429 days, you made your first step on the basketball court. Just talk about how proud of the work you put in just to get back to this point.
Oh man, I'm extremely proud. Just of myself, just, coming back from the hardships of this process, going through the really low lows of it, and just being back in this space where I'm playing again, and I feel good. There was a lot of question throughout my process, like, am I going to feel the same? Am I going to look the same? Am I going to play the same? And so just to be at this moment today, which is why I almost cried, it was just like, we're here, like we did it. We're here in this moment. And I just told myself, I was like, be present. Don't worry about anything else. Be present today and enjoy being back out here.
And despite the loss, what can you kind of build on from this game going forward?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good that we took away from this. In a time where we could have laid down and quit being down 17, we didn't. We fought. We got back and brought it within single digits. I'm probably going to get fined, but, we had a terrible call that on Alysha that I think, I gave us a little bit more momentum. But I'm just proud of the way we fought. We locked in on defense a little bit more in the second half, but we have to clean up our turnovers. So, we'll see them again Tuesday. And that's the beauty of this league. It's, short-term memory, but just taking that in, knowing that a lot of things we did today was within our control. Sorry, Cats.
Good.
Alysha, this journey, we think about the journey you've been through, and now that you have this game behind you, what would you say you've learned the most about yourself in this process?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think the biggest thing I learned about myself is that I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was. There were days I didn't think I was going to make it through this. And I'm just really, really proud of myself for staying resilient throughout it. It was really a mental and emotional test. And, being 34 in this league, that's getting younger. That's something that, you deal with being a healthy player. So I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to bounce back and stand strong throughout it.
Alysha, Elena was saying that you kind of always knew what to say tonight, we're rallying the team, which I know you did last year as well from the bench, but what kinds of messages were you giving them, and did it feel different for you to be able to not only say that, but then try to execute on your own message?
Yeah, it definitely felt different. It felt really good to just be able to put into action, the things I'm saying and be able to be an example of what I'm saying. But it's just different parts of the game, different points, whether it was what we needed on defense or if, I felt like we were overreacting to certain plays that were happening, bringing them back into like focusing on, the things we are doing well in the moment. So just different, depending on what we needed, it just comes naturally.
Sandro.
Anything for Alysha on Zoom? We'll get one from Patrick.
Hey, Alysha, you were right under 20 minutes. Did that feel about right, or did you feel like you could have did more? Or
No, it felt about right. It felt about right.
All right, and then going into Tuesday, I mean, is it pretty much the same plan for Tuesday, or is that something? Have you talked to coach about that yet?
We haven't talked about anything as far as next week yet. We were just focusing on today and seeing how I feel, seeing how my foot feels next day. So that'll be something we'll talk about over the next few days.
All right, thanks a lot.
No problem.
All right, Alysha, looks like you're all set. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Everybody. Timmy's off.